Welcome to part 3 of my Japan Winter 2023 travel vlog. In case you missed part 1 and 2, the links are waiting for you in the description box below. After a blissful first-time stay in a ryokan nestled in the heart of the Japanese Alps, we descended down the mountain via an hour-long bus ride to Old Town Hida Takayama, a former castle town dating as far back as the Sengoku period in the 17th century. We found lodgings conveniently a stone's throw away from the JR and bus station, a rather strategic and beneficial choice for these rickety old bones. What can I say? I'm all for convenience these days. In keeping with the theme of new experiences from the first 2 parts of this winter vlog series, this was my first acquaintance with the historically rich Edo period castle city. I played the part of a wide-eyed tourist marveling at ancient wooden buildings. It's like stepping into a history book, except with more tourists and fewer samurai. The best part? Unlike the sardine can experience of Kyoto, the crowd level here didn't trigger an anxiety attack. The streets were blissfully uncrowded, allowing me to breathe in the fresh, crisp air and marvel at the open space. By now, the designer bags under my eyes were becoming more apparent, a clear sign of my dwindling vigor from jet lag, hence the trendy sunglasses. To remedy the lack of energy, we ventured off for our snack. We ordered a couple of Hida Wagyu beef sashimi, with its meat so tender, it practically apologizes for being so delicious. I would definitely recommend this to anyone who enjoys eating happiness, just like this guy. Fun fact, Hida Takayama is known for having 7 breweries that have a history of over 100 years. We went to this popular 200-year-old brewery that lets you exchange yen for special tokens to use for sake tasting. Knowing this, I was definitely ready for some sake. While they do offer tours and dining in, I was mainly here for the drinking. I tried so much sake, I was quite tipsy by the end of it. Then again, it was also because we haven't had an actual meal yet. Put your coin in here. Press the buttons. This is the first one I ended up trying. It's actually pretty good. If you like sour, this would be a good choice for you. So it is lemon based, or it looks, or yuzu. Yeah, yuzu flavor. Definitely worth it. Oh God, I don't like this one. Nope. Yay! Oh, wait, this is darker.
That's great.
That's great. Okay. 9% alcohol? Not bad. Oh. We finally got the hint that our stomachs were unhappy, so we looked for a place to eat until we stumbled upon a family-run restaurant. We ordered more Hida beef dishes, and each bite was a symphony of flavors and a culinary hug for my increasingly weary body. In short, the food was so good, it almost made up for the lack of sleep. Almost. With our hunger completely satiated, we spent the afternoon leisurely basking in the area, taking photos of points and things of interest. Random fact, while the city of Hida Takayama was officially established in 1936, smaller villages and areas surrounding it have had settlements dating back to 377 AD. Here are some amazing photos of me getting in the way of my boyfriend's shots. You're welcome. We came up to an izakaya where the menu looked especially appetizing, and I'm so glad we went here because I never thought I'd ever drink ramune alcohol with ramune ice cream in it. Gotta give a shout out to my past self for ordering these enticing bites too. It went so well with the drinks we ordered. At this point, it was becoming clear that the alcohol was beginning to affect me, so it was time to call it a night. The following day, we secured our tickets for the elusive winter light-up event in Shirakawago, Ogimachi village. It's such a rare event that it spawns only 6 times a year between mid-January and mid-February. Pro tip, you have to book a spot to this event at least 3 to 4 months in advance, since the likelihood of securing a ticket is very, very low. After a 45-minute bus ride from Hida Takayama to this rural UNESCO World Heritage Site, the tour guides let us loose after reminding us to be back in 3 hours. In retrospect, that was not enough time, and I really wish I stayed here a lot longer. Stepping into this quaint, centuries-old town, I felt like I was being transported to a wholesome, slice-of-life anime about childhood friends spending their innocent youth in an eternal summer in the Japanese countryside. Wait, what was that? Anyway, these traditional farmhouses have thatched roof in a style called gashozukuri because they resemble hands in prayer. Each farmhouse was at least 3 to 4 floors high and made to house multi-generational multi-families. Best part is, there was so much room for activities in here, like practicing your nunchuck skills, bow hunting skills, your computer hacking skills, whatever. Fun fact, the gasho-style houses were built beginning in the 1600s until the last construction in 1926. There used to be around 1,800 gasho-style houses across 93 villages in Japan, but sadly, less than 150 remain today. I had a creepy paranormal experience here while walking down the hallway. If you look up towards the ceiling, there's nothing there. I was just kidding. It would have been cool if I did get something on video though. If you want to experience living here, you might want to consider booking a room in one of the designated farmhouses. However, you can stay up to a maximum of 1 night. And if you want to stay longer, you'll have to book a room at a different farmhouse. I think it might be worth it, especially during spring and summer months when everything is in bloom and lush. So hopefully on my next trip, I can experience that. As the winter sun began to set and the air lost its remaining warmth, we stopped by the snack hut for our complimentary tea and red bean soup. There's nothing quite like getting cozied up in a traditional farmhouse with other tourists. Now that we're warmed up again, it was time to walk up the observation deck for the grand view of the light-up event, is what I would have said if I was able to get a hold of tickets that included the observation deck. Regardless, it was still an enchanting experience being there. This small town stays lit up for only 2 hours during the 6-day winter event, making it one of the rarest occasions held in Japan every year. On top of that, a reservation is absolutely required to even enter the town. Considering the tour allowed for only 3 hours of wandering, towards the end of it, I wished we had more time, especially since I wanted to get unique souvenirs that were sold only here. For example, I wanted more time to check out the anime cafe, do the stamp rally, and indulge in local foodie fare and merch. In a twist of weeb culture trivia, Shirakawago inspired the setting for Higurashi, When They Cry. This anime series ambitiously tackles themes like fate and friendship, but with a generous side of violence, blood, and enough trauma to make a horror movie blush. As our time in this bewitching land wound down, I spent the time we had left over buying a mix of anime treasures and normie souvenirs, each item a tangible memory of this enchanting escapade. I spent my last few hours at Takayama exploring Miyagawa Morning Market. Think of it as Japan's version of an American farmer's market, but with more kabocha and far less kale. This open-air bazaar has been a community staple since the 1700s, making it older than some countries. The market was a kaleidoscope of fresh, locally grown produce, pickled and dried goods that could survive the apocalypse, artisan crafts, and traditional snacks that you can't find just anywhere. It's like a treasure trove for foodies and souvenir hunters alike. One of my favorite things about this place was there were quite a few stalls that had sample trays out, and naturally I dove in for science. It's like Costco, but with more flavors and less risk of buying a year's supply of toilet paper on impulse. I came across a stall that sold the biggest and juiciest Fuji apple I've ever seen and had in my life. I bought it for around $5 and refused to eat it for 3 days after purchasing it. This damn thing practically had its own gravitational pull. One of the last and memorable things we experienced was randomly visiting Toy Shop Yoshi, where you can buy toy car models. If you enjoy F1, Ayrton Senna, or collecting toy car memorabilia, I highly recommend stopping by. This shop is run by this kindly Oji-san who gifted my boyfriend a poster of an 8-6. We were so touched by the gesture that we stopped by to drop off Ghirardelli chocolates as a thank you, but then he topped that off by chasing us down and giving us yet another gift. Thank you so much, Oji-san. We won't forget this kindness. And that's a wrap on what I'd confidently rank as one of our top 3 Japanese escapades. While Tokyo, Osaka, and Kyoto are the glittering stars of any Japan newbie's travel diary, it's truly in the countryside where you stumble upon the quote-unquote real Japan. Leaving was a bittersweet symphony, sad to say goodbye, but over the moon about the whole experience. It's like finishing a great book. You're sad it's over, but thrilled you read it. And just like a bookworm, I'm already itching for the sequel. Now it's time to turn the page and dive into the next chapter. Stay tuned and see you in Okayama. Bye bye!